Okay guys, this is a really good one. It's funny how people are buying and eating veggies like crazy. I laugh at these sheeps in Whole Foods, ha 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 ha. So, this person is in Whole Foods seeing people consume vegetables, foods that we know are good for your health, good for mortality, and have all these little benefits, and viewing those people as sheep while they go straight to the meat section and just only purchase meat, okay? A food that is filled with saturated fat and cholesterol that will most likely clog your arteries, a food that is destroying the actual planet, and a food that requires the exploitation and murder of innocent animals. All right, what is up guys? So the carnivore community has basically implied that the vegan diet and the plant-based diet is the best possible diet for building muscle and building strength. This is not a joke. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so there was a post by the carnivore community and by a specific carnivore account, okay? And it has implied that the vegan diet or the plant-based diet is better for muscle growth and strength. So let's get into that post. Gorillas have the highest plant intake of all primates and the smallest brain size. There's a lesson in that. So yeah guys, as you can see, the carnivore community has just absolutely debunked veganism. The more plants you eat, the smaller your brain is going to be and the dumber you're going to be. And this post provides a lot of evidence for this claim. So let's follow this logic and see where it takes us. So this carnivore is implying that there is a causal relationship between gorillas eating a significant amount of plants and them having the smallest brain of all the primates. So let's keep going with this logic. Gorillas are the strongest and the most muscular of all the primates, and they also have eaten the most amount of plants. So I guess going off of this logic, we can only infer that the plant-based diet and the vegan diet are the most optimal diets for building muscle and strength, because gorillas have eaten the most plants out of all the primates, and they also are the strongest and biggest and most muscular of all the primates. So the carnivore community with this post has basically implied that the vegan and plant-based diet are the best diets for building muscle. So if we follow this brilliant logic, we really come to the conclusion that the vegan and plant-based diet builds the most muscle. So thank you so much, carnivore community, for advocating for the vegan and plant-based diet. We build the most muscle now, and that's even according to the least biased source, the carnivore community. All jokes aside guys, obviously the plant-based diet, the vegan diet, the carnivore diet, and the omnivore diet, when it comes to all these diets, neither is better than the other at building muscle and strength. I just thought it was funny that the carnivore who made this post probably didn't think about the fact that an implication of this post is that the plant-based diet and the vegan diet will build the most muscle, because gorillas are also the biggest and the strongest of all the primates. So let's go through these comments and see just how big these carnivores' brains are from all their meat intake, and also see that they're not having a restricted amount of blood flow to their giant and massive brains. And just wait till we get to the last comment. It's probably going to be the only comment that I actually agree with that I'm going over in this video. So let's get to these big brain carnivore comments. Okay, so the first comment reads, "We either spend our energy digesting plant roughage 12 hours a day, or we grow bigger brains, can't do both." So yeah, there's a lot of evidence, especially in that comment, to suggest that, you know, when you consume plants and you're digesting all this plant stuff, that your brain just can't get bigger. You know, when you eat a large amount of black beans or like some sort of plant foods, your brain just isn't able to get bigger, you know, and there's so much evidence to support that. You know, there was a lot of evidence in the comment too. Let's just look back at the comment and see just how much evidence they provided for this claim. Wow guys, I really just can't believe it. Every time I've been eating a large amount of plants, I've been hindering the process of my brain growing. Oh my goodness guys, we really gotta get on the all meat diet and get as large of a brain as the person making this comment, because this guy's brain has to be massive. Next comment, "Oh snap." Okay, so this person is saying, oh snap, like that's a great point. There are people that are reading this post and that are saying, oh snap, like that's a great point. This is the kind of stuff that really worries me, you know, that there's people that will read this post and say, oh snap, like that's a great point. I'm not even sure what to say to this, you know, it's just kind of scary. It's like terrifying almost that there's people that read a post as silly as this and just say, oh snap, like amazing point. I really wonder what it would be like to just have as big of a brain as this person. Maybe I just can't understand how complex and how good this post is and how much of a reasonable post this is, because my brain isn't as big as carnivores. I'm not really sure guys, but wow, oh snap. Next comment, defo, an interesting point. Defo, an interesting point. Yeah, defo, this is probably the most interesting point I've ever come across. Again, we have another person who is reading this post and is just like compelled to say something like, this is such an interesting point. I don't know if these people's brains, again, are just so big that I cannot be on their wavelength of conscious experience, that I can't conceptualize the complex ideas that are going through their heads, that are making them see this post and just be like, wow, this makes so much sense. I'm not really sure. I think my small little gorilla brain really is just not capable of really understanding where these people are coming from. Absolutely just brilliant. Okay guys, this is a really good one. It's funny how people are buying and eating veggies like crazy. I laugh at these sheeps in Whole Foods, ha 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 ha. So this person is in Whole Foods seeing people consuming vegetables, foods that we know are good for your health, good for mortality, and have all these little benefits, and viewing those people as sheep while they go straight to the meat section and just only purchase meat, okay? A food that is filled with saturated fat and cholesterol that will most likely clog your arteries, a food that is destroying the actual planet, and a food that requires the exploitation and murder of innocent animals. This person is walking around seeing other people consume healthy foods like vegetables and saying, oh my God, like what sheep? You know, this person probably thinks that they're insanely intelligent with whatever carnivore ideas they have in their head. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, this person's brain is just so massive, guys. I really wish I had it. It's just, oh my God, man, I can't believe it. I really need to emphasize this, guys. This person is calling people sheep for eating vegetables, okay? Imagine being in the head of somebody who thinks that people who eat vegetables are sheep, okay? Like, I just don't know. I don't know what to say at this point, you know? Like, the amount of data that we have supporting vegetable intake is insane. It is probably one of the least controversial things to say nutritionally, just to say that vegetables are good for you. But whatever, I mean, these people, I don't know what planet they're on, but like, yeah, I guess, again, their brains are just way too big for me to understand any of this. Let's move on. Okay, guys, and this is the last comment that I think I definitely agree with. This is the dumbest statement I've ever read. Yeah, so this is probably the best comment of all the comments I actually ended up reading. Luckily, it had 11 likes, so that's also a good thing. Gives me some hope to know that some people read this and were like, okay, this is actually silly, and not everyone was thinking like, yo, people who consume vegetables are sheep, right? This comment gave me a lot of hope. So yeah, guys, just to reiterate the point of this video, the carnivore community has basically implied that the vegan and plant-based diet is the most optimal diet for muscle and strength. So yeah, guys, I mean, thank you so much, carnivore community, for letting us know that the plant-based diet and the vegan diet is the most optimal diet for muscle building and strength. Vegans really don't generally make this claim anyway, but I mean, if you want to make this claim and advocate for the vegan diet like this, you know, we obviously are going to welcome it. So thank you so much for making vegan diets look so good for bodybuilding and muscle building. You know, maybe I'll start consuming even more plants so I can be as big as a gorilla. Who really knows? I mean, at the cost of my brain shrinking, like, I don't know, it might be worth it, you know, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe one day when I stop caring about my gains and my muscles, I'll actually start consuming meat and organs and intestines and all these kinds of things to make my brain significantly bigger, so that I can walk around Whole Foods and think that people that consume vegetables are sheep. You know, maybe my brain will be so big one day that I'll actually have that idea in my head and just be so smart. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content and want to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tap that bell button so you can be notified of my next video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.